Okay, hello, this is Eric at FlexPVC, and I got a new product and a little bit of testing on the new product just to show you. Okay, so this is the new product. It is ultra thin wall, 1.5 inch, furniture grade pipe, PVC pipe. Okay, and it is the same as the outside diameter is exactly the same as all Schedule 40 1.5 inch pipe, Schedule 80, Class 100, etc. So in other words, it fits standard Schedule 40 fittings, 1.5 inch. But I wanted to show you this. Now, why would you want an ultra thin wall pipe? There are roughly 3 reasons. Reason number 1, it's lighter. If you're packing something, it saves weight. There's weight on the website, but I mean it's silly light compared to the standard Schedule 40. Even the furniture grade, Co-Extruded, these are all basically the same weight. This is much lighter. Number 2, flow. You can flow a lot more through a big hole than a small hole, or a smaller hole. Here's the pipe, and so it's lighter, it should be cheaper, and it flows more. Now, here's the thing, this is furniture grade pipe. You're not supposed to use it for plumbing. I would never in a million years tell you to use it for plumbing that has to be inspected by any inspector. And I'm going to tell you my opinion. I'm also going to test this. So I'm giving you my opinion today. We're going to see how close my opinion is. Okay, for drainage fitting, drainage is no big deal. Okay, if this is the rain gutters or your aquarium where you're just going from the top tank to the bottom tank, or anything where there's no pressure, obviously this is perfectly fine. This is also good for probably fish tanks and so forth, even on the pressure side, because those things only run about 15-20 psi at the most. Okay, and I think this could easily handle 15 or 20 psi. When I get into the testing results, you're going to see we're going to extrapolate what I think the pressure is going to end up being on this stuff. But I'm sure 15-25 psi is easy. I think 50 psi is probably a good working pressure. I don't know that I would do it in anything that was critical, but I also believe this can take 100, and we're going to test that. So you didn't hear that from me. We're going to test it, okay? See what it is. But I think in gravity, spas, fish, aquarium stuff, irrigation, as long as you're not going into the high pressure stuff, like wells run at about 45, 55. I think this will work perfectly fine. Generally, what I find is the fittings fail, not the fitting, the glue joint. The glue joint is what fails long before the pipe does. That's my experience. Okay, so here's my test, and I'm going to inset the results in just a minute here. I just wanted to show you what we did was we put each one of these, we cut them all the same height, and we tested the ultra thin wall, that's a 0.65 wall, 0.065 inches, against Schedule 40 furniture grade, Schedule 40 furniture grade Co-Extruded, and Schedule 40 plumbing grade. Okay, and then we threw in Schedule 80 just for the heck of it, 1.5 inches. Okay, so here's our results. This took almost 2 tons to crush. Okay, and you can see it's definitely crushed. Now, I think I could have gotten a little bit more out of this, and the reason for that is I used a slightly deformed piece of pipe to begin with. It also had some marks on it because it got stuck in the bundle, and I had to use a pair of pliers to get it out. So that scratched it up bad, and you can see right where the failure is where all the scratch marks were. I don't know if you can see that, but trust me, that's where it is. Okay, so we got to 2 tons, and you'll see in the video. Oh shoot, am I going to ruin it for you? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to inset the video here. Okay, we're going to do a demonstration. Probably should not be doing this. Hope that'll be okay. Okay, so all this is just to show the relative. I don't want to use this as a, hold on, I want to do this as absolute. This is a relative test, okay? I'm not making any claims other than one is going to be stronger than the other. I'm going to start out with the ultra thin wall. It's a 0.65 wall. Okay, so here we go. Just watch the gauge at the top. We're going to see where it fails. Okay, we're in. Okay, that's 1 ton, I think. There it goes. Okay, so it collapsed at I'll look at the video. So it claps at about 1 ton, I think. Which is, you know, that's amazing. Here, I mean, that's really thin wall material. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Let's see here. I mean, it's amazingly thin wall. 065. I'll look at the camera and see how far we got. Okay, furniture grade. It's ultra thin wall. Now we're going to go furniture grade schedule 40. There is a slight chance that this could explode. I don't mean like an explosion, but I mean shrapnel. So I'm trying to stay off to the side. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're a little past. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. There's no way. I gotta be honest. I'm scared. Okay, alright, so the first one was maybe not quite. It was, we'll look at the video. Anyway, so we're up to 3 tons. 3 tons on a piece of Schedule 40 furniture grade. I don't know if my machine will go higher to test the, it might have started to give right there. We are almost, we're a little past 4 tons. It's starting to move, I can see it. It's starting to bulge out in the center. And I don't want to keep going. What are we at? Let's see. Yeah, because it dropped. Okay, so it dropped, which means that's past the yield point. Okay, so that was furniture grade, Schedule 40. We'll have to watch the video and see where it's at. Yeah, you can see it bulged out. Can you see that? Is it in focus? There you go. I'll do another picture later on. Okay, so now we're going to go to, this is the Co-Extruded Schedule 40 furniture grade. Alright, right in the middle. This is not a super scientific test, obviously. It's an analog gauge with a cheap press. Okay, let's see where we go. Oh, it's getting pretty hard. Where are we? We're at 4. It's starting to bulge. I can see it. Yeah, it's definitely bulging, and it's dropped. Same type thing, almost identical, I think. We'll look at the video and see what it is. Okay, definitely can see that it bulged out. That looks pretty cool. All right, now we're going to do plumbing grade. Now this is weathered plumbing grade. It's junk. If this fails, I'll try and find a good piece for it. But for now, we'll just try it. I do worry about it because it's got sun damage. Normally sun damage is not an issue as far as this, normal application, but what I'm doing here is definitely not normal. So I'm not sure if this is brittle and it might crack on me. I gotta do this a little. There we go. Okay, let's just verify everything's going good. Let's see, I can't, yeah, we're good. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so this one's I'm a little worried about. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. We're over 4. It's hard for me because I'm doing it from the side. And I'm afraid to stand in front of it. Okay, we almost got to 5, I think. It's starting to bulge. Yeah, it's definitely bulging. Okay, and it's dropped. Okay, so once it yields, that's it. It's yield. It's not going to come back. Okay, so basically the Co-Extruded was the same as the furnace grade Schedule 40, and the plumbing grade Schedule 40 was a little bit higher, I think. We'll go back and we'll look at the video to see how far it got up there. Okay, now this is Schedule 8. This is one I've been dreading. And I have some Schedule 120, but not an 1.5 inches, and it would not be a fair fight. I don't have any Schedule 80 in 1.5 inches. Oops. Is that right? Nope, it's off a little bit. Oh, wow. There we go. Okay, right there. Okay. Okay, here we go. The one I've been dreading. Oh, wow. We're definitely over 5. I think I'm starting to see a little bulge coming up 5.5. Boy, I almost have to climb up here to do any more. It's really climbing, and it's not bulging much, just a tiny amount. Don't know if I can get up there to get enough on it. I need a cheater bar, that's what I need. Hold on, let's see what we got. Need a little more leverage there. Let's see if this will go over that. Yes, okay, here we go. Just starting to bulge. I think we're 6 and we might be dropping. Yeah, it's definitely bulging, but different. Yeah, it's dropping. So I'll have to look at the video, but definitely, obviously, the Schedule 80 is the bad boy. I'm so tempted to try the Schedule 120, but like I said, it's 2 inch, so it's not really fair. Okay, yeah, we definitely got a bulge there. Bulge in the middle. Interesting, all 3 of the Schedule 40s, they bulged on the ends. This one end, this one on the end, a little bit in the middle, or on the other end. But the Schedule 80 bulged right in the middle. So anyways, all of these are the same height. Let's see if I can do this. So you can see it's a fair fight. They're all the same height. There's the thin wall. So the thin wall, ultra thin wall, obviously you're not going to be using this for this type of thing, but I just wanted to show you the relative strengths of the different wall thicknesses. Okay, so this has got the 065. Well, all 3 of these should be approximately the same. Let's see if I can find one to measure. 0.0. Oh, I was wrong. Okay, so that was measuring the bulge. So 143. Yeah, 144. Okay, so the 1.4s to 0.14 to 0.15 wall thickness on all the Schedule 40s. You can see there's almost no difference. I'll go back and look at the pressure gauge. I think the plumbing grade was a little higher than the furniture grade. And obviously the Schedule 80 was a monster. Yeah, I know, I'm breathing. It's hard to do this from the side. Okay, so the Schedule 80 is 0.20. So this goes to show you, let's see if you can read this. Oh, geez, I hope you can read all those other things. Anyways, but Schedule 80 in plastic is a more dense plastic than Schedule 40. It's not just the color, it's actually a more dense plastic because we increased our wall thickness by 20% about, and I think we got more pressure out of it. Anyways, this was just a fun video I wanted to do. I've been wanting to try this out for years, and finally decided today's the day. Hope you found this interesting. Okay, so now you've seen the video and you already know what happened. Okay, great. So I'm not spoiling it for you. All right. So 2 tons on the ultra thin wall. Then we had on the co-extruded, which was next, we actually got what I consider 4.9. Now you saw in the video, we're reading an analog gauge. It's a junky little gauge. The lighting is not good. I'm sorry about that. But anyways, we're getting close enough for what we're talking about. Remember, I said relative. So if this is 2 tons, this is, I'm estimating 4.5. So we're saying this is twice as strong as this. Okay, twice as strong. All right. And you're, and I think the co-extruded, when you put a cylinder inside a cylinder, it's kind of cool the way physics works, but you actually get more strength out of it, okay? Twin towers was actually a tube inside a tube that was connected. That's why they were so stiff. This is the same concept, okay? So that's why this went to 4.9, and the standard furniture grade, which is essentially the same, I mean, same sizing, same wall thickness, same material, only went to 4.5, okay? And then we went to our plumbing grade, which again, it's plumbing grade, which means it's certified for pressure, and it's got to pass inspections and things like that. It went to 5.5, okay? So this definitely is a stronger pipe. Plumbing grade is definitely stronger than furniture grade. Kind of knew that already. But anyways, it was nice to test and show it. And then we have our Schedule 80, which went to 7.5 tons. And this was interesting. I know I don't think you can see it on this camera, especially I'm holding it in a bad place. But anyways, if I had some white, you might see it. White around here, whatever, we don't. Okay, but it bulged in the middle. And where you can see the Schedule 40 bulged at the ends, all of them bulged at the ends. I don't know if you can see it. I promise you, it's bulging at the ends. Okay, so that's an interesting problem. It's just interesting. I would kind of like to know why. And I probably should know the answer to this, but right now I don't. I've been thinking about it for a couple of minutes. And I've seen this before many, many times, bulging at the ends. So you've got strength here in the middle, and it weakens right where it's being pushed against. Anyways, we'll talk about that another time. Okay, so now I know that Schedule 40 is good for inch and a half. Schedule 40 is good for inch and a half. Schedule 40 is rated to 330 psi officially. We also know that Schedule 80 is rated for 490, I think, 490 psi, inch and a half. Okay. So when I did the testing, I found that the plumbing grade was 4.5 tons and the Schedule 80 was 5.5. And if you calculate out the thickness difference, it's about 39% difference, okay? But when you actually calculate the tonnage, it was closer to 50%, okay? And the reason for that is Schedule 80 is a more dense material. Now, interestingly, if you take 330 multiplied by 1.5, which is 50% greater, you come up with about 470, 490, right in that range, okay? So I'm extrapolating. What I'm saying is I'm measuring the compressive ability of the pipe in this direction, and I'm using it to compare what the actual rating is. So it's pretty close. So this is 330, this is 470 or 490, I think it's 490. And when I calculate out the pressure rating of this multiplied by the compression factor that I found, it comes out to be almost the same. So if I take the ultra thin wall, which is measured out at almost 2 tons compared to 5.5 tons, all right? So that's a little less than half, right? So if I take, I'm gonna go 1.9 to be safe, divide 5.5, okay, so that's 0.35%, well, 35%, okay? So if I multiply that times the rating of Schedule 40, that comes out to be 114 psi. So that's why I believe this will go 25 easy, 50 working pressure, I think will be fine. And I'm gonna test it because we can test 45, 55, 125, and I think 160. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little apparatus here, hook it up, and see where it fails. So that'll be a future video, so you'll want to subscribe to see that. Okay, anyways, this has been Eric at FlexPVC. I hope you found this video interesting, worth your time. I'll leave the links to the pipe in the description below. Okay, thanks very much for watching.